It could still be out there. Watching. Waiting. Listening.
Ever wonder who the voices behind your favorite animated characters belong to? Nice to have you back, The Things fans! We're going to be giving you some of the shocking facts about some of your favorite movies today, so hold on tight! Behind every animation, there are very talented actors, and these actors might have to alter their voices to match their characters even better. That's why it's hard to imagine that a lot of the time, Hollywood's biggest names are the ones lending their vocal talents for these roles. A-listers like Will Smith, Angelina Jolie, and Brad Pitt are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to all the others we're about to name drop. Let's head straight in. Whether you know this actress from her role as Bellatrix in the Harry Potter films or for her musical talents as Madame Thénardier in Les Miserables, there's no denying that Helena Bonham Carter does creepy extremely well. And her talents aren't only saved for live-action films either. Not only did she voice Lady Toddington in Wallace & Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, but she lent her talents to a pretty big Tim Burton movie. She's the voice behind the haunting Emily from The Corpse Bride. Give the movie another watch. We bet you'll never be able to unhear her voice now.
Maybe he's right. Maybe we are too different.
Hollywood's finest, Angelina Jolie, is sprinkled throughout a ton of big movies, including some huge animated features. It may be hard to imagine her bringing a furry friend or a fish to life. In fact, you'd probably never associate her with the characters we're about to tell you she voiced. Her voice is behind the powerful Master Tigress in Kung Fu Panda and Lola from the early 2000s film Shark Tale.
Why are you really out here?
Did you recognize her voice? Dakota Fanning has been hanging around red carpets since she was just 7 years old, so her being involved in voice work isn't a huge shock. However, the film she worked in might surprise a few of you. She was still young, so her voice is a little harder to recognize. She's actually the actress behind the infamous Coraline.
You're not my mother.
The creepy children's movie was just the stepping stone to her playing the evil Volturi member Jane in the Twilight franchise. A lot of us probably haven't watched Disney's Tarzan since we were kids, so it might be hard to remember just exactly how this character sounds.
Please don't it tickles.
Sound familiar yet? The voice behind Jane is actually Minnie Driver. We know, we were also shocked.
Suddenly the monkey starts crying, and I turn around and there's a whole fleet of them.
What comes to mind when we say Mila Kunis? You probably thought that 70s show, Ashton Kutcher, things like that, right? Well, what if we told you she's actually an actress on one of the biggest animated TV series ever? Family Guy probably never crossed your mind when thinking of Mila, but she's voiced Meg Griffin on the series since 1999.
You're such a good listener. You're not like the other boys.
We'll give you a hint for actress Lucy Liu. While working on this animated film, she was co-stars with Angelina Jolie. You're right if you guessed Kung Fu Panda. Any guesses on what character? She actually voiced Master Viper in the franchise. She also worked in the Tinkerbell films as her fairy friend Silver Mist and Princess May in Mulan 2.
Good job, Poe.
After Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus never really immersed herself in the world of acting beyond Disney and her movie The Last Song. Instead, she gained more fame through her music. But there's one movie she starred in that ended up being a pretty big hit. And yes, you guessed it, it was animated. She's the voice behind Penny in the children's film Bolt. Did you recognize her voice when you first watched the film?
There he is, Dr. Calico.
Swamps and ogres may not seem like this actor's vibe in real life, but they were actually a huge part of her on-screen life. Cameron Diaz. She's beautiful, she's Grace. She's also someone who happened to have a huge role in the Shrek franchise. She's Princess Fiona. Did you recognize her voice while watching the films?
True love didn't get me out of that tower. I did.
Brad Pitt, a classic Hollywood heartthrob, has had years of experience in the industry, including the voice acting industry. Have you recognized his voice in anything you've watched lately? His voice acting skills were featured in the movie Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. He was actually Sinbad himself. Speaking of Hollywood heartthrobs, next up is Johnny Depp. These next three characters he voiced are a far cry from Captain Jack Sparrow or Willy Wonka, but they're arguably just as iconic. Believe it or not, Johnny had a small part in SpongeBob SquarePants, voicing the character Jack Kahuna, but he was in something even bigger. He was co-stars with Helena Bonham Carter in The Corpse Bride and voiced the timid Victor Von Dort. He even went on to star in his very own animated film Ringo. Who would have thought? We all know how ecstatic everyone was when Will Smith was cast as the genie in the Aladdin live action, but that wasn't his first time bringing a children's character to life. We're betting you had no idea that he's the voice behind Oscar in the movie Shark Tale. Yep, he was co-stars with Angelina for this film.
You swim to the shark. You say, oh man, that shark's like crazy, man.
Justin Timberlake might have fans swooning when he sings Cry Me a River, but we wonder if they've ever checked out how intriguing his voice acting can be. He of course brought his musical and acting talents to the role of Branch in the movie Trolls, and his humor to the Yogi the Bear film as Boo Boo. But wait until you hear this next one. He was also in Shrek. He played Artie, heir to the throne in Shrek the Third. Timberlake has layers.
It could still be out there. Watching, waiting, listening.
Mel Gibson has been slaying the animation game since before some of us were even born. Believe it or not, he had a huge part in the Disney film Pocahontas. He's John Smith, guys. He also landed the role of Rocky in the film Chicken Run. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs has to be one of the more bizarre animated films, and that's saying a lot. But we're betting it definitely would not have been the same without the added addition of this spunky actress. Ever wonder who brought Samantha Sparks to life? Well, it's Anna Faris.
Oh, Jello's my favorite.
Adam Sandler, a true film legend. He's starred in so many hits, we've lost count. He even owns his own production company. But his comedy transcends live action and has been highlighted even in animation.
I don't say blah, blah, blah.
Know where that's from? Hotel Transylvania, of course, and it's the voice of Dracula played by Adam himself.
Welcome to Hotel Transylvania.
Before Fergie could get, well, Fergalicious, she was actually a voice actor. Now, her voice may have been a little tricky to recognize considering she was just a child, but now you'll never be able to unhear it. She voiced Sally Brown in a ton of Peanuts specials, including Charlie Brown. Mandy Moore's comeback in This Is Us is nothing short of spectacular. But before even the hit drama came to be, she made a huge Disney debut in the princess movie Tangled. She was Rapunzel. When Will My Life Begin is nothing like her early 2000s pop music, but if you listen closely, it's definitely her.
Come on, Pascal, it's not so bad in there.
The Back to the Future franchise shaped an entire generation and is still a lot of kids' favorite movies today. While there has yet to be a reboot, star Michael J. Fox hasn't stopped inspiring kids. He's the voice actor behind Stuart in Stuart Little and even guest starred on Phineas and Ferb as a character named Michael. We're jealous of Hugh Jackman for multiple reasons. His voice, his acting abilities, and the fact that he got to star alongside both Zac Efron and Zendaya in the same movie. But what we're most jealous of is that he starred in some pretty iconic animated movies. Did you recognize his voice in Happy Feet as Memphis or Roddy in Flushed Away? Neither did we.
How did you get here?
Oprah isn't just a straight-up queen because she ran a successful talk show. She also stars in a Disney princess movie. And she should. She's Tiana's mother, Eudora, in Disney's Princess and the Frog.
And kiss that little frog.
Petition for more Oprah voice work, anyone? Who doesn't love watching Whoopi Goldberg speak her mind on her talk show, The View? But you want to know what's even better? Hearing her sass come to life through on-screen characters. Whoopi is the voice behind Shenzi in The Lion King and Stretch in Toy Story 3. They may be side characters, but her vibes definitely shine through.
Come on, this money is for me.
Will Ferrell has done it all. And yes, that includes animated movies. He's the mastermind behind Megamind. Did that blow your mind? He's also in the Lego movie voicing Lord Business. Of course, his characters never stray far from his familiar comedic personality, but it doesn't make his roles any less epic.
I did it! Matrosity is mine!
Don't let some of his more mature and serious roles throw you off. You won't believe the character Samuel L. Jackson plays in the Incredible films. He's the one, the only, Frozone. Yep, he's behind the iconic line,
Honey! What? Where's my super suit?
It's safe to say we'll never be able to watch these films the same way again. Did finding out the voices behind these characters make you love the films more or not so much? Let us know which reveal was the most shocking in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos just like this one. Talk to y'all soon!